Okay, My Disney Experience app. So, unfortunately, you're going to be on your phone quite a bit during your visit. It's sad, but that's just the reality of how they move the masses of people around. Um, we're just kind of forced into technology. So, you want to have one person be the designated leader of the group, and you want to upload all your tickets. You want to connect everybody together, and that becomes important when it comes to PhotoPass, virtual queues, and making reservations for either Lightning Lane, individual Lightning Lane, or dining reservations, anything like that. So what you want to do after you create your profile, you want to go over here to these three little lines down here. We call it the hamburger. When you click on the hamburger, the first thing that you want to do is go to your profile, and you want to add your credit card. And you can add more than one. If you don't want to do a credit card, you can do gift cards. That'll work as well. That will ensure that you don't have to wait in line for certain things. For instance, everything for quick service food is now mobile order. So instead of standing in line waiting to order and then standing in line and waiting for food, it could be 11 o'clock in the morning and everybody's getting hungry for lunch and you want to eat at 12:30 or you want to eat at 1 o'clock. And you're getting ready to enter into a show. While you're standing in line, you can go ahead and order all your food. And while you're waiting for the show to start and you get through the show, once you're done, you can pick a window of time that you want to pick up your food. Once you go through and you order everything, you can pay for it with the credit card that you have on the app. And then once you're finished and it's getting closer to the time window of when you reserve that time to pick up your food, all you need to do is click on the mobile order, tell them that you're here, please start preparing my food. Once the food is done, it'll tell you which window to go to. So it's really simple. So for instance, you would just hit this plus sign, and you're going to do order food. And then it'll give you a list of, depending on where you're at, of anything that you want to go and eat. We'll just do Pecos Bill. And the next arrival window, so it's almost 9 o'clock at night. Magic Kingdom is still open. So they have these times. So maybe I don't want to eat until 9:30. So I confirm my arrival window. And then once that's done, I go through my menu. I order everything that I want. I go ahead and check out. I pay. Then when I'm done, I'm going to go make my way over to Pecos Bill. And I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, I'm here. Start preparing my food. And it just has to be, they won't let you click the button to prepare the food until you're in your time window. So once it's 9:30, go ahead and click that button. They'll start preparing it and then you'll get a text message. So that's mobile order. You might as well do that instead of standing in line waiting for food because you're going to be standing in line for rides all day. Another thing for your credit card is when you're in a store and you want to check out, instead of waiting in line for everybody, you can actually use this, go to one of the stores. It's going to show that I'm too far away only because I'm not on the Disney property right now. But if you're on the Disney property and you do get this, my recommendation is to turn off the Wi-Fi when you're doing any kind of reservation, when you're doing a virtual queue, when you're ordering food, or when you're shopping. Take it off of the Wi-Fi because Disney's Wi-Fi is garbage. I can say that because my husband works in IT. It's just garbage. So turn it off, use your cell service, and then put it back on Wi-Fi when you're looking at wait times, things like that. Not every store has mobile checkout, but some of the stores do. It's just so much faster. You just show your little QR code when you leave the store. They'll give you a bag and you're good to go. All your receipts will be here in the purchase order, in the purchase history. So if you need to make a return, you're just going to go back to the same spot and do that. A little bit about just some basics on the app. Right here are all your park hours. It's going to default to the day that you're using it. If you want to see anything in the future, you're going to hit all hours. You're going to hit the day that you're going to go to whatever park. And then you can see the list of times. There's multiple times here because if you're staying at a Disney resort and you're going to Magic Kingdom, Disney resort guests can go in early at 7:30. Regular guests actually go in at 8 o'clock until 6. This is Tuesday, October 24th. The reason why Magic Kingdom closes at 6 is because there's a special ticketed event that is the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on Tuesday. They can get in from 7 to 12, but as my other video showed, you can actually get in at 4. Park hopping starts at 2, but I don't think you got a park hopping ticket, so you don't even have to worry about that. But that just goes through the certain times of days all the way up to water parks and Disney Springs. I'll do a short video on the virtual queue and how to guarantee your spot. Virtual queue is the only way you can ride Tron at Magic Kingdom and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. You can only do that using a virtual queue. Otherwise, you have to do individual Lightning Lane, which is a pay to ride type of queue. You cannot just stand in line and wait for a ride to ride that ride. But I'll talk about that later. Lightning Lane is the same thing as Fast Pass, just it's not paper anymore. It's on the app. You get it using Genie Plus. I don't use Genie Plus just because I know how to manipulate the parks to get where I need to go and I know what I'm going to do. You can learn a lot more about Genie Plus. I don't think it's worth it. You can pay up to $30 per day per person, and you're only going to get 2 to 3 rides for that amount of money. And you have to be up very early in the morning to get your Genie Plus. And then you also have to be up early enough to get the rides that have high wait times. Like, for instance, if you want to do a Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance, you're going to have to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning, hoping that you get a Lightning Lane for that early enough and not like at 9 o'clock at night as a return time, just because it's so popular. So part of me just doesn't think that Genie Plus is worth it because you only get 2 or 3 experiences per day. And you're going to stand in line anyway with a Lightning Lane. You might wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, as opposed to an hour, hour and a half. But still, you only get 2 or 3 of those experiences, or you have to pay for the individual Lightning Lane after you've already paid for Genie Plus. So part of me just doesn't think it's worth it. But if you want to learn more about it, you just click there and there's a bunch of videos that will go over it. Scrolling down a little bit, there's Disney PhotoPass. I can talk about that a little bit different. The one thing I will say is do not purchase this before you go. Do not purchase this on day 1 for like the Memory Maker or anything like that. Just wait. You can use your park ticket or they can give you a card. So go ahead and take all the pictures you want with the PhotoPass folks. Pictures in front of the castle, pictures at Galaxy's Edge. Do all those special pictures. Just go ahead and do it. Let them scan your ticket. It's going to show up on your app and it's going to have a watermark on it. That way you can view them all. If you like them, great. If you don't, that's fine. It didn't cost you anything. So if you do like them, and you purchase the Memory Maker, you can download everything. It just won't have the watermark. But you can do that anytime during your trip. You don't have to do it at the beginning. You can wait until the very end. So you can see I never get it. I have the watermark. If I decide that let's just say I love this picture and I want to buy it, although I won't do that one because my eyes are closed. But I love this picture and I want to buy it. I don't have to purchase Memory Maker to do it. I'll just find a PhotoPass place and I'll tell them that I want to purchase just this picture and they can print it out for me and I can take it home. So I would just wait on Memory Maker before you make any kind of decisions on that. The rest of the stuff is just information. But the one thing that I use my Disney experience for is the map. So where I'm at now, and it defaults to wait times, and you can set the filter to whatever park you want to be at. So right now I have it set to Magic Kingdom. I can do all the parks if I want, or I can just do one park, and I'm going to apply the filter. And then this is kind of a little difficult to see. I mean, that's great. I've got all the wait times, but what are the names of those rides? I've never been here before. I don't know what the names of those rides are. So what I'm going to do is go up here and hit show list. And it's going to give me all the names of the rides in order of wait times. So I want to ride Pirates of the Caribbean, but I don't know where it's at. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, and it's going to tell me that it's in Adventureland, and it is available for Lightning. You can get a Lightning. I'm not going to say it's available for Lightning Lane. You can get a Lightning Lane for it if you did purchase the Genie Plus, or I can hit Find on Map, and then it'll tell me exactly where it's at. And if I just back it out a little bit, I can see where it's at. So when I'm actually on property, there'll be a little blue dot. I can show you what the blue dot looks like. I'm not on the property right now. However, it will look like that. That is my house. So it'll show you when you're in the park. And then once you do click on that, that actual ride and get directions, it'll actually show you how to actually get there. But this is Magic Kingdom. What you want to do also, if you want to see characters, you're just going to change it from wait times. Click on characters. And again, it's only showing one, and that is because it's so late in the evening. Only Mickey Mouse should probably be meeting and greeting guests for right now. So if you click on the name, it'll give you the time and where he's meeting. Most of your characters are going to be done with their meet and greets by 5, 6 o'clock. Except at Magic Kingdom, your princesses, they're usually done by about 9 at Princess Fairy Tale Hall, which is here. There's 4 princesses in there. And then, of course, Mickey, he meets everybody late because he's right here on the way out of the park. You can change this and decide to look at entertainment, which it will, if you hit show list again, it'll show you all the parades. I can tell you that Festival of the Fantasy is my favorite parade. That is something that you don't want to miss. There's only one at 3 o'clock. And I will tell you that the best place to watch that, as well as if you are at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, these parade routes are exactly the same. They start in Frontierland. They go all the way across. They cut across the bridge. They go around by Cinderella's castle, and then they go down Main Street. The best place to watch it is over here in Frontierland, over by Splash Mountain. I guess I should call it Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Splash Mountain is closed. It won't open until next year. But if you watch the parade, Festival of Fantasy, and during the Mickey's Not So Scary Party, you want to watch it somewhere along this road here, only because listening to my performers in the parades, my character performers, they are more inclined to be more fresh when they come right out of the gate. They do a lot more guest interactions when they come straight out of the gate. So it's a lot quicker to get your parade done and out of the way as well, because it starts here, it ends here. You get 30 minutes ahead of time to find a spot on Main Street, and then you wait another 20 to 30 minutes before the parade gets to you. And then the parade is 20 minutes. So you can wait like an hour and a half for the parade. Instead, find a seat 20 minutes before the parade along this route. Parade starts at 3. You're done within 20 minutes, and then you can carry on and start doing other things. So it's always best to watch the parades at the beginning of the route. So I can tell you Festival of Fantasy starts here, ends here. Not So Scary Halloween starts here, ends here. The Headless Horseman right before the Boo Parade starts here, ends here. So I would watch the parades here. Fireworks always take place over top of the castle. You can see that in here. I think it's called Happily Ever After. There's only one showing. It's 8 o'clock. You do not see the Happily Ever After show on a Boo to You party. So at the Halloween party, you do not get the Happily Ever After. So if you want to see this show, you have to do it on a day that you're visiting Magic Kingdom when there is not a party going on. Other things that you can do, you can find dining. Same thing. You can look at all these. You can look at the menus, character dinings. It'll tell you how late it's open. You can look at the menus on these. You can... if there's no reservations available, you might be able to do a walk-up list. All sorts of stuff. You can actually, I think if you go back to Cosmic Rays, There might be some dining available because they're open till 11 p.m. So you can do that too and order your food through here. Pick your time and go through the whole mobile order for there. So that is the best way to use the map. The other thing that you want to do that I didn't mention is when you're on your profile, you want to add your family and friends. Everybody that has downloaded the My Disney Experience app, or you can use their ticket, all you're going to do is add a guest. And you can scan their ticket, or you can produce a QR code if they already have a My Disney Experience app and just scan it, and then they'll all be connected. That becomes important when you do a virtual queue, because if I'm at the park, myself, my 2 nephews, and my husband, and we want to ride Guardians of the Galaxy, I need to make sure that they're all connected so that when I do the virtual queue, all 4 of them are available and I can hit select all, and then we can all ride together. You want to do the link to account. I'm sorry, let me show that again. Link to account is where you want to link your tickets. So when you have your ticket, you can keep camera, or you can type the number in, type the ID number in, or you can just flip the ticket over, use your phone, take a picture of the camera, take a picture of the ticket with your camera, and then save it. Because what is going to happen is if you come back up here to tickets and passes, your tickets will be here. Sorry, your tickets will be tickets and passes will be here. And then you can add them to your wallet, especially if you have an iPhone. That way, you don't have to pull out the little plastic ticket every time you enter a park, or if you have Lightning Lane, you have to tap that ticket, or you get a photo taken, they tap that ticket. What you can do is just take your phone, hold it up, and the machines are automatically smart enough to identify you have a ticket in your wallet, and then it just knows and it scans it and you're done. So if you save it to your wallet, then you're good to go. I don't think I can actually show you in here. So that is a great alternative than carrying around those plastic cards. I do have a lot of tickets up here. So the main thing that you want to do is make sure that you have all your tickets loaded onto here. And then you want to make sure you want to link your tickets. And then in your profile, you want to make sure you have your family and friends all together. Other than that, a lot of this is just kind of poking around and playing. There's Play Disney Parks. That's something that you can do while you're standing in line. Some of your rides, especially you can do the Bounty Hunter thing in Galaxy's Edge. Some of that stuff is available on the Disney app. Once you're in the park, you'll start getting little alerts on the My Disney Experience app that you can partake in some of those things. I'll do a quick video on virtual queues and show you a guaranteed way of getting a virtual queue every time you do it. The tip board is a Genie service. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. But when you want things that are a must do for you, you can go through this and click it, and then it will actually kind of plan your day. Like if you put Festival of Fantasy, it will alert you and say, hey, now's the time to go find a place to sit down and watch the Festival of Fantasy. So there's a lot of things that you can do. So just make sure you download the app early, start poking around, start looking at it, and get familiar with it because you're going to use this all day and all night, every single day.